Welcome back to Goose Reviews. I'm here with I'm One Fish.
Hello.
All right, we got something big to talk about today. But
Yes.
first, let's talk about some trailers before we get into,
This podcast is a tall order.
before we scrape. Oh, you stole the pun I was going to use for the title.
I didn't know that.
We've
How did I know that?
we've barely begun to scrape this podcast.
Oh, the sky's the limit on this one.
Okay, podcast over. All right, so
That was fun, everybody. Have a good night. I'll be here Thursday.
will you? I'm not coming here. I mean, I'm gonna be at the movies on Thursday watching Mission
I
Impossible. I'm gonna go buy my ticket. I'm
I
gonna buy my ticket in the morning before peak pricing. I read a lot of stuff online. People are like peak pricing. I'm just like, go buy your tickets before peak pricing. I did it. I saw.
But isn't it for the show?
No,
though? Like
so it
yesterday
starts
for that show.
So I was at Sky. I was looking on my app, and they even tell you how it works. So if it's a gray lightning bolt, it's not peak pricing yet, but It's going to become peak pricing soon. So if you get
Right.
there, then you can go buy it without peak pricing for that show. So I was looking, and the Skyscraper I wanted to see, some of the other shows were starting to become peak pricing. So I was like, I'm just going to go to the theater now, and I bought my ticket 4 hours in advance. No peak pricing.
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean, my theater's only 10 minutes away. Some people don't have that luxury. Or the one by my house, which is 3 minutes away.
Yeah, mine is like 10 or 15 minutes. It's
Right.
easy.
And I went to the AMC, which
I have one that's closer, but I like the other one better.
I do love my movie pass. Peak pricing does suck, and if it wasn't $20 a month, and if it wasn't only AMC, I think AMC's movie pass would be the better deal. Even if it was $20 a month and it was every theater, theirs would be a
Yeah.
better deal because you get a discount, like not discount, you get you get 20% back at the end of every month, like based on your popcorn and stuff that you spent, and then you can see it at any screen, and you can reserve ahead of time online. So,
Yeah, I wish I could do the reserve ahead of time.
but it's
That'd
only
be nice.
it's only AMC, and it's $20 a month.
Yeah, and there's like one AMC theater by me, so
Right, and there's one by me, and it's my closest real theater. But what if I'm somewhere without one? I travel.
yeah.
All right, let's get
I
into
don't know.
this.
Okay, let's do it. Trailers.
Trailers. I had a new Harry Potter trailer, or Fantastic Beasts trailer. It was the one with
Did
the
you?
absolute remake. Yeah, I went to the AMC, not the. I actually had like 7 trailers, not 4 old trailers.
Yeah, I had a bunch.
I had new trailers. I had your new Mission Impossible one as well, without music. No, it has music, but without the timed music. Yeah, with the one that apparently we know where Lupin at least learned or heard of the little the little getting the class lined up and doing the ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one yet?
I don't know. I don't think so, actually.
Maybe that was the one I watched from
I had-
Comic Con. Now that I think about it, I did watch.
Yeah,
I didn't eat dinner and eat a bunch of watch trailers from Comic Con. Maybe that's the one.
That's probably it.
But I feel like I did see that one in theaters. Maybe not. I don't know. Who cares?
I haven't seen that in theaters.
There's a new Harry Potter trailer out. Either way, go check it out. I want to see that movie so bad. What else did I have? I definitely had the new Mission Impossible. What did you have?
I had that Robin Hood movie again. You know, with the kid from Kingsman.
Right.
Looks more like an Assassin's Creed movie than a Robin Hood movie.
He was probably an
Uh,
assassin.
Probably. I wouldn't put it past him.
That'd be an interesting one. They could have what's his name be the Templar, the sheriff of Nottingham.
True. Let me.
Yeah, I need to buy a new
I didn't.
pen
I didn't.
for my movie. Right.
I didn't have Creed 2. I didn't have that.
I did have Creed 2. Looks good.
I'm just looking through the coming movies because I'm trying to remember what I had. Because I had some different ones, a couple new ones, and I was like, ooh. I did not have Shazam. That was a Comic-Con one.
Yeah, that one was definitely a Comic-Con one. Shazam. I'm excited about that one. It's kind of funny they picked Chuck. I feel like I had a Poppins maybe.
I did not. I might have had the Nutcracker, but I think that was a different movie.
I had the Nutcracker for sure. All right.
I
Well,
don't. Nothing super
I had
memorable
the
apparently.
Meg. I had the Meg.
The Meg. Yes, the Meg. I had the
The
Meg,
Meg for sure.
but I mean,
I think
it's so close.
that's really. I mean, their trailers were kind of jumbled. It's not really a mainstream movie, so
Yeah, it was a little weird.
I just clicked
Uh,
over. I'm looking at upcoming movies. Apparently, they're doing a Jumanji 3. It's kind of interesting.
I also saw an Aladdin for 2019. I'm probably looking at the same page you're looking at.
I knew that.
Um,
Interesting. All right. So,
yeah. So anyway,
Dragon,
nothing crazy as far as trailers go.
Dragon Ball Z is putting out another animated movie that comes out into theaters in January, and so we probably can use our movie pass to see that, which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's Broly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's
Pet
get.
Cemetery movie in April 19.
I'm excited about that. That book is creepy.
I thought so.
Did
I
you
like
read-
looking at some of these future
Have you
movies,
seen
like
Pet
the
Sematary?
Untitled Men in Black spinoff,
This says
I have not.
Minecraft movie. I hope that's not true.
right? Cowboy Ninja Viking.
Sounds like a lot of jumbo
Wow.
stuff. New Mutants.
Top
Is that movie actually going to come out?
Top Gun Maverick.
It's been pushed back so many times. It Chapter 2 doesn't come out until September of 2019.
Woo! That's way in the future.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the Aquaman trailer? I know it didn't come out during a movie, but I mean, we watched it.
Good. I'm excited about it.
Me too. I think
I
it
don't
looks
know.
cool.
I don't really know when it takes place. I'm guessing after Justice League.
I would go pre-Justice League. Just because he went straight back to Atlantis.
Did he go to Atlantis, or
In
was
the
it just
Justice-
some outpost of Atlantis that he went to? Like, why is he drinking and not at Atlantis then? Like, what was the?
I don't know, that's just the way he is. He's an independent man.
I don't know. Usually once
I'm-
Aquaman or Arthur becomes king, he kind of becomes king and rules the kingdom. It's kind of his thing.
Right, but
Like that's.
I'm gonna guess this is pre-Justice League. Because in Justice League he has the trident, right?
He asks for it. He has to ask for it. You think he'd have to ask for his own armor if he was king?
Go get my armor, please.
No, I have a favor to ask you.
Oh, can I have my armor?
Yeah, can I borrow the? Yeah, I
Can
don't know.
Can I borrow this?
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
I think so.
Yeah. Whatever. We all just count down the days until Detective Pikachu anyway. So
Boo!
don't boo. It's Ryan Reynolds. It's gonna be hilarious.
Probably.
John Wick 3, May 2019. So let's do this.
Let's do it.
Skyscraper, fun
Skys-
movie.
The Rock.
The Rock, like we always say.
It was an intense movie, though. A
It's
lot less
intense.
humorous than a normal Rock movie.
Well, yeah, definitely. I feel like I rated Jurassic Park a little too high because I want to give this rating about the same, maybe a little less than I gave Jurassic Park, about a 7.5. But I feel like Jurassic Park should have like a 7 now that I look back. Or Jurassic
Really?
Park.
You're going that high?
Maybe a 6, 7. I'm gonna give it a 7 because it was so. It was a good. I mean, some of the stuff was. It's kind of like San Andreas, which is also another Rock movie. Yes, it had its problems, but they did a lot of stuff right, and I can't argue with it. The building was really cool.
The building was cool.
Some of it's not completely unrealistic.
No spoilers. Still that.
I know.
Spoiler free.
That's not a spoiler.
I know. I'm just saying. Keep it real, bruh.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm gonna give it a 7. Go ahead, give it your rating. You don't have to go as high as me.
I'm not. As intense as it was, I'm sure we're gonna have plenty of beef time.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be fun beef time. Like when we have
It'll
beef
be
time
fun
with
beef.
other
It'll
movies,
be-
we get really angry about it.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not angry.
I even have thought about more beef with Jurassic World the more and more I've thought about Jurassic World, and I haven't even seen it again.
No, I think I'm gonna go lower than you. You gave it a 7.
Mm-hmm. 7 prosthetic rock legs.
I
It's a mouthful.
I'll give it 6 titanium feet.
6.5. No, I'm just kidding. 6 titanium feet in 1 shoe.
1 no slip dress shoe.
So, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe a 6.5. All right. That's what I'll actually give it, a 6.5.
That's probably a little more realistic. I'm a little low on this movie. I mean, it was okay.
It was okay. It was fun. I didn't.
Not the worst movie we've reviewed.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. There could have been a storm or two, but anyway,
that would have made it.
That's all it was really missing.
Honestly.
So.
And if you took away a few $1 million from the budget.
Yeah. So we really can't get too much into it without spoiling everything. Fun action movie. Watch it when you get a chance. If you have some sort of way to go to the movies, go see it. There's not a whole lot out right now, so if you've already seen Ant-Man, Purge, all those movies, go check it out if you're a movie guy. I mean, what do you have to lose? You're gonna miss out. It's either that or the Meg coming out. You know,
You're so excited for the Meg. Don't lie.
I'm so not. The Meg. I am excited, but I'm so not excited.
You are excited. You've been talking about it for like a year.
I still need to go see The Purge.
I still need to see Uncle Drew and Tag. I haven't seen those 2 yet.
Yeah, you didn't respond to me. I had this commercial like right before the trailers. It was like a Powerade commercial, and it was some dude. And he was like, "Oh, I wish we had Powerade when I was a kid. We'd be breaking ankles all day." Have you seen that commercial?
Yeah.
It's hilarious. And he's like, people will be watching the replay 2 weeks later, and their ankles will break. And it's like people in their living room, and they just like fall over because their ankles break. Oh, I was dying. I'm like in the middle of the theater alone, just cracking up before anybody else came in.
Yeah, I had no idea what you were talking about, but when you sent that text, I was like, okay, commercial, cool. But I was also in an empty theater.
No, mine filled up, unfortunately.
No, mine was 4 people.
Oh, yeah, I had about 10, maybe.
No, mine was 4 total people, so I moved myself down to the luxury recliners, right in the middle.
Nice.
Once the lights went down,
I guess Christopher Robin's coming
back.
out, and I'm pretty excited about that. Anyway, so let's get into it. Go check it out. I think it's worth the watch in theater just because of all the huge elements to this movie. You know, the rock is huge, the building is huge, the other things that we won't talk about because they're spoilers are huge. So yeah. It's huge, Kay.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Whoa, you are yesing too hard, brother.
Yeah, I got something for you. It's ecstasy. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, sidetrack.
All right.
Spoilers.
Spoilers! It was Tom Cruise wearing a mask the whole time. Spoilers!
Spider-Man saves the Rock. Spoiler!
Everybody gets just one.
That was one?
Tell him, Peter. No, it's the Spider-Man thing from Family Guy. Everybody gets one. Tell him, Peter. Everybody gets one. Anyway. Skyscraper. Where do we start? I think we need to start with the beginning. So,
the scene in Minnesota or whatever.
Okay, the scene in Minnesota was cool. All right,
it was very intense.
Very intense. I think the hostage negotiator gave up a little quick for me.
Well, we don't know how long they'd been there.
Yeah, but
like everything was all set up.
He's done talking.
He just finished with me.
You didn't even call him back. Like you didn't even try. Okay. So
I think he was done.
Yeah, I think
I'm on her side.
No point wasting our time and their time.
Yeah, we didn't come to see a hostage negotiation.
So they come in awesomely scaling down the side of a building, or not a building. It's Minnesota, a mountain. Yeah. Bust in the side of the door with some the side of the wall with some explosives. It's him and that one dude I never trust in anything.
The guy.
He's in Weeds, and I love him in that movie or that show. But anyway, but you can't trust him. He's just got that. He just got that face. He's like that one guy who always plays like a cop that's going to turn on you. The new
Pablo Schreiber.
No, oh yeah, him. I was talking about the cop with like the white hair that's always going to turn on you. Like he's a white guy with like a. Oh, I know which movie he's in that I can think of. Anyway, hold on. You keep going. I'm going to look this guy up.
Yeah, so they scale down the side of this mountain, all sneaky like, and then they throw off the cables like noise is no big deal. Right? So we're all quiet, night vision goggles, sneaking down the back of the house. And then they blow open the wall.
Yeah, they blow open the wall, so they're worried about they're super worried about the family's safety until they blow up the wall.
So let's just blow this wall up. Okay, we're all here in the kitchen together. And then they have the whole stare down. It's like, oh no. Craziness.
Yeah. And then he's unarmed, so the Rock talks him down, and for some reason he's strapped with explosives. We don't really know what his whole deal was, right?
No, we don't know why he was all mad. We don't know what was going on. I feel
like they either should have connected it somehow, or made it.
It's how he lost his leg.
Right. I mean, like, so I have.
That's how the other guy got the burns.
Let me just go into the fridge right here. Gotta get the freezer, get my beef out.
And I don't think that guy was in this movie, by the way. No,
I know he's not. I'm just saying. What's his name? Noah.
Paul Schreiber.
Oh, Noah Ermich.
Noah Taylor.
No, the guy I just sent you in Discord.
Oh yeah, Noah Emmerich.
Yeah, he's like usually a cop that turns on you. I think that's the guy I was thinking of. Anyway,
or he commits suicide in the CDC in Atlanta and blows everybody to bits.
Or you think he's your friend, but he knows you've been on the show the whole time, Truman.
He was also in The Americans.
I still need to finish that. I've only watched the first season.
I've watched the first couple, and it's really, really good. And the chick from Mission Impossible 3 that dies in the beginning.
Spoilers.
Oh, please. How old is that movie?
We're in the spoiler zone. It's a joke. Her name is... I'm drawing a blank on her name. I know her name. She's in Scrubs.
Me too, but... Yeah, she's there. She's awesome.
Anyway.
I like her.
It's like Russell or something is her last name. So, why... So anyway, the guy blows himself up, blows up his son. I think the rest of the family got away.
I doubt it.
No, remember they got them out. They were like, get them out of here.
Oh, did they? Mm-hmm. I can't remember. There was a whole lot that happened after that.
Right, and so
But yeah, I know the kid's gone. The dad is gone.
The kid's gone. The dad's gone. The Rock loses.
I'm thinking some of the team is probably gone too.
I don't think so. The Rock was definitely the furthest one up.
Yeah, but with explosives
maybe,
like that, you don't know how
the guy right next to him
go.
only had some messed up stuff on his face. I mean, maybe.
Yeah. On his neck.
I mean, his neck. I mean, if you got the Rock in front of you, I think you're going to be okay.
The brick wall.
Yeah.
The boulder
blocking everybody. Like the haka at them, you know.
Goes all Maui.
So he explodes, and then for some reason, he's transported to the White House?
No, he's in a hospital.
With the gurney said, President of the United States.
Really?
The gurney has the presidential seal on it.
Really?
Yes. And his his wife's like the surgeon. I think they say that she's
it's because she's a Navy surgeon. He went to the naval hospital, like a military hospital.
They met there.
They probably flew him to a naval hospital. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And he meets his wife, who does the surgery on him.
Here's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing there were first responders in Minnesota. And then he was immediately flown over to Annapolis,
right,
or Maryland, whatever, to the Navy hospital there. That way he could be treated by Navy and military surgeons. That's why the seals are there and the governmental emblems and things are in that situation.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I'm saying.
So he meets his wife, and then boom. It's 10 years later. We find out he's got a prosthetic leg. We're in Hong Kong. We have some real cheesy family moments.
He's got some gray hairs.
He's got 2 kids, twins.
He's gigantic.
They look suspiciously like Will Smith's kids when they were younger.
True. Are they his kids?
No, who's The Rock's kids?
Yeah.
I don't know. Look it up.
I'm looking. No, they're not. Noah Cottrell and McKenna Roberts. I thought they did pretty good in this movie.
Oh, me too. I feel like
But
I've
it's
seen
just
the little
fine.
girl in something too.
Let me look it up. Let me see. Let's see where she is. Does she have a filmography?
Nope.
She's known for. She was in The Young and the Restless.
Never seen any of this crap.
Timeless. Extant. Nope, never seen any of that either.
All right, I was wrong.
Nope. She looks similar to the Wrinkle in Time chick. Big hair.
I think when they're little girls, they're just girls, Sean.
I don't. Sorry. Chick is a baby chicken. That's all I was going for.
Okay. So anyway, Flash 10 years later, he's now some sort of securities expert. It's cool. Fine. I respect that.
Yeah, nothing. Got out of the military, got into a different thing.
Takes one to know one, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So his buddy, the guy we don't trust,
Right.
gets him the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do for the world's tallest building that is being completed. The Pearl, it's called.
Yeah, he allows him to apply to be like the overall security company in charge.
Just the security company? No, just to make sure their security systems actually are work. I don't think they're going to be in charge. I think he's just the guy. They brought in the insurance company to make sure, or not the insurance company. They brought in different companies to verify that everything works. He's the third. How do they describe him? The third party independent tester. The insurance company wanted somebody completely unrelated, not their head of security, running these checks.
Right.
So he's not going to work for the guy after this is all said and done. This is a one-time. Here's your paycheck.
Yeah, I guess that's not too bad of a gig.
No,
either.
not at all. That's what I'm saying. It's good. He flew out there. This is his one time. He's not moving his family out to Hong Kong or anything. This is his. He's going to get paid a ridiculous amount of money for this one job, and he gets to go home. Pretty easy, right? So
Yeah, you'd think so.
Yeah, he green lights.
Except he's out there. How long is he out there with his family though? It's forever.
It's a few weeks.
They're living in the building.
Yeah, they're testing out so for those of you that don't live somewhere near skyscrapers or never have, a very common practice, this isn't some movie magic, is as they build, they open sections of the building that are complete. The Trump Tower in Chicago, for instance, when they finished the first half, maybe the first third, they opened it, and you could actually go to I think it was the 26th or the 16th floor. There's a restaurant. It's the first balcony. There's a restaurant there, and then most of that is actually parking. They finished the next section, which was shopping, yada yada yada. So this only has shopping, and I think that was it, right? Shopping and businesses,
Yeah, it was the lower half of the building was
Yeah.
open, and that was all the commercial stuff.
and touristy stuff.
Yeah.
So really cool building, by the way. It's
Well,
fictional.
the design of it is really cool,
240 stories tall,
which is nuts.
which is nuts. I had a thing of it. Dang it, where'd it go? Huge too. What was it? Skyscraper.
It was 3,500 feet tall, triple the Empire State Building was what they
Yeah.
were saying.
Well, and it's much taller than the one even in Dubai.
Yeah, whatever that's called. The one in Mission Impossible 4?
Yes. So I actually did a little bit of research on this. A little bit of fun, throwing some fun facts at you.
Okay.
Like
Do
in San Andreas, which is a movie that I enjoyed being a lifelong California resident. They hired experts in that movie. They hired experts from different universities around California to show them what it would be like if an earthquake of that magnitude hit California. So when you watch that movie, while people think it looks cheesy and unrealistic, it is incredibly accurate as to what could happen when an earthquake of that magnitude were to hit that fault line. So maybe give it another rewatch if you haven't watched it, and take that into perspective. They went to the experts of the different universities here in California and figured that out. So, in that same vein, I think The Rock is into that too because he's one of the producers. They went to Adrian Smith and Gordon Gill Architecture, which is a big Chicago-based firm that builds skyscrapers. So they actually went and to get a realistic opinion on a skyscraper, not just make one up and let's make this thing as tall as we can. What did you find the height on this one, on the made-up one on the Pearl?
Yeah, it was 3,500.
So they're currently working on a building, and this architect that they involved had a hand in it. The Judah Tower. Have you heard of it? Also
No.
previously known as the Kingdom Tower or the Mile High Tower. It'll be completed in 2020. Or no, yeah. Or it'll 2020, I think will be when it's complete. 2019 is when it opens. 3,307 feet tall.
Jeez.
It'll be the world's tallest building. It's
By a lot.
By a lot. Its top floor is only 2,200 feet. The rest of it's all that other stuff that somehow counts as building. So it's huge. So it's really only 200 feet taller than that building that they're currently building. So not unrealistic at all. Okay? Just a little bit of perspective for the movie. You know, it seems kind of crazy how big it is. Mankind's come a long way. Buildings are huge.
Okay, I see what you're talking about now. I see.
Yeah, it's huge. The Kingdom Tower, that little air helicopter pad on the corner there. Do you see it? So anyway, this building is sick. All right, 240
It's
stories.
beautiful.
Right in the middle of it, he built. What did they call it?
30-story vertical gardens.
It's a
Something like
giant
that?
park with a waterfall.
It's like Central Park on its side.
It's so cool. It's got like ponds, walking paths, magnetic elevators that you don't even notice. They're like silent because
It's all magnets, nothing mechanical.
takes away from the atmosphere if you hear
Yeah.
all this glass, so you just see outside and just. I would love to go there.
It would be so cool.
Just saying. And then you get up to near its top. I think it was like floor 200 or something like that. Maybe even a little higher, 210. There's three. Was it 3 or 2?
What?
Giant windmills.
Oh, it was 2 double helix windmills.
And that's how they
Power
create
generators.
most of their power for the building.
Well, they said that it was self-sustained by
Was
those
it all
two.
self-sustained?
Yeah, those two generators were huge, and they provided the power for the building,
Awesome.
which is so cool because that's just a 0 footprint, 0 emission, 0 everything, self-sustained building, kind of like Levi Stadium in Santa Clara.
That is true. They are not 0, but they are low emissions, yes.
No, they don't have air conditioning, and they all the parking lot stuff is solar. They have solar on the roof. It's a 0, dude.
I thought in the tour they said that it's only 0 when there's not a game. And then during the games they have to kick on the air conditioner and actually pool.
Maybe.
But anyway, irrelevant. They have a very low footprint.
Very low footprint. That's right.
For a football stadium, because they have a garden. They have gardens on the top that actually cool the building naturally. So, I just want to get that out there for both of those movies. That while yes, their budget is not high, unlike I feel like Hurricane Heist, which probably didn't do a whole lot of research.
It's a hurricane. Let's go.
These two movies, if nothing else, have done their research and have gone to experts to make sure they get their information right.
Yeah.
Now, the other stunts that we're going to talk about, I can't be held responsible for those. All right, so where were we? Sorry, I got a little bit on a tangent that I just feel like I had to get out because I was actually reading about it yesterday, when I thought we were going to do the podcast yesterday about it. So, anyway, so he gives a green light to everything except for the off-site place. He has to go still check their security and their systems.
Right.
So he gets this iPad that'll only respond to his facial recognition, and when he gets there, it'll be what he uses to control the system.
Yeah, and it gives him access to everything in the building. Like, it is the skeleton key of the future.
Yes, it is the back door.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, what's the guy's name? Ben?
Ben, his buddy from the team,
Ben
he has
just
no last name.
Ben sold him. Just it wasn't supposed to be anything bad. He was just supposed to, get robbed. No big deal. It happens. It's Hong Kong. People get robbed every day.
Right.
They were getting off a boat. That's the perfect time. Completely reasonable story. So
Yeah, guy knifes his backpack, takes it away,
guy
gets
knifes
away.
his backpack, knifes him, giving him the ability. Now we're not going to chase the guy. We got to get you to a hospital or get you taped up.
Yep.
So he runs off, and he's like, So they get back to the house, and The Rock just pulls this tablet out of his suit coat pocket, and you just see Ben's face just drop because he's been texting these guys in the background, like, "Oh, once you guys have the tablet, I'm out."
Yeah, I'm done. I'm out.
And then he's just like, "They're gonna kill you," and they have this crazy Jason Bourne fight.
Yeah, that fight was pretty sick.
In the apartment. Well, and the guy held his own against The Rock.
Well, he took his leg off and hit him with it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, one-legged Rock.
But The Rock still gets up,
hobbles over and
spears him
onto a glass table.
Spears him with one leg.
I know that
How bad you gotta feel about that?
People in that theater were probably like, "Shut up, fat guy," because I was just like, "Oh!" during that fight.
People in my theater wouldn't have cared. All three of them could have, whatever, gotten over it.
That was bad.
But no, it was a cool fight.
It was a cool fight. Yeah, definitely crazy. And then he shoots himself. The gun goes off, and Ben shoots himself.
Yeah, I thought that was a little weird. I didn't know how it turned that way.
Right, I mean, in the stomach I could have seen, or in the side, but right in the middle.
But the middle of his sternum, he just kind of grabs it, rolls, and suddenly it's poking him in the chest. And
I feel like your finger, it'd be like, I'm gonna take my finger out of here, But
right,
whatever, it happens.
In movies.
So anyway, the kids were supposed to be off at the zoo. So let's talk about that really quick.
Yeah, so they're supposed to see the pandas. All right, Ben is in on this whole plot, and he wants to get them out of the building. That's probably part of his deal. Is his family.
Yeah, no one's gonna get hurt. No, and his whole thing was Will's not The Rock, Will Sawyer.
Yeah.
Jack Sawyer. Oh, sorry. Will Sawyer.
Come on, Jackie.
Traveling Jack. Will Sawyer is supposed to be out of the building, out of danger. He's just supposed to get robbed, get fired, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's it. His family's supposed to be out of the way, seeing the pandas and the whole secret night feeding, so that way they're not in the building. But the little guy gets sick. Little Henry.
And then we got...
And screws it all up!
Then we got Neve Campbell, who I didn't know acted in movies anymore. I thought she only could get TV parts. Which, now that I'm looking at her IMDb, is pretty true.
Yeah.
And she proved why. Even in this movie, she might have been the worst actor, in my personal opinion, in this movie. And that includes
not super great.
That includes the over-the-top, suddenly the most evil person carrying an automatic and a pistol and a knife lawyer. What? Sorry, I'm skipping to the end here, but yeah, they're the insurance guy. I think he's an insurance guy who's suddenly an evil man who's a trained assassin.
Noah Taylor, yeah, he's part of this organization apparently. He's a total plant, and he's just oh good, I can be my real self now. Give me my weapons.
He's doing that. He's doing that Weasley laugh again. How does that go? You did that really well.
Yeah, no, he was Weasley from the very beginning, though. You could kind of see it on him. It was but
he was Weasley like the lawyer in Jurassic Park. I thought he was gonna get eaten by a dinosaur,
Yeah, but you could tell he wasn't fully on the up and up. That's
right.
all.
Of course, he was something.
That dude was kind of.
So anyway, Neve Campbell, Sarah.
Sorry, back to her.
Sarah's a military trained. She sounds like she saw some active duty.
Well, she had, what they say, 3 tours in Afghanistan. She's been a Navy surgeon.
Yeah, so
all of this. So
she makes some very poor decisions for her family. I'm just saying.
She made some very theatrical decisions, yes.
Definitely got them into some situations eventually leaving with just her son I don't know if any mother would do that. I know he couldn't breathe, but wouldn't you wait till you had your daughter?
I mean, you kind of have to, right?
Right.
I mean, he's like, yeah, I got her. I'll go get her. That's fine.
Right.
Go ride this elevator of doom.
Let's all go together, you know?
Yeah.
Why would you separate when you've already got... Anyway, so... They go... So
She got out. It worked.
So anyway, the boy, Noah, Henry Sawyer in the movie, has asthma, so it seems. And then he gets kind of... And allergies, too, from what we gathered. He ate something that didn't go with maybe his... What do you call that thing where you can't eat gluten?
I don't know. Fake.
So he... Maybe... Oh, well, you know what? They're in Hong Kong. Maybe he had too much... what's that stuff? MSG?
Cat?
Stop being racist. Anyway...
Not being racist. The food. Some places.
So they had to go back to the living quarters early, and the trap is sprung while they're there. And the trap is some sort of chemical. I don't know what it was.
I think it's either potassium or sodium, whatever react with water in a very violent exothermic, flammable reaction. I can't remember which one it is. But it's like a chemistry class specialty. Watch how this reacts with water. Boom.
They're on floor 98. The fire starts on floor 94. No.
Something like that. In the 90s. Which, oh my gosh, dude. These dudes, where are they coming from? This tunnel that they've dig. This building is like on its own peninsula, almost island, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I mean, they could definitely get to it.
From underwater?
No, from the city side.
Because they come in through the basement, like the sub basement.
Yeah, but from there's definitely a city side. I'm looking at a picture of it right now.
Okay, but I don't know. I just like, why are they
digging at all? Was my whole thing, and how they never get caught on a single security camera.
Yeah, this tunnel that they dug, and I'm just like,
I was at a Red Lion Inn and Casino in Elko, Nevada, that had 3 stories. Okay. There was a camera in at least 2 cameras in every hallway and every single elevator. You're going to tell me that this state-of-the-art 240-story building doesn't have a camera in every single nook and cranny besides the individual bedrooms?
What was the billions of dollars in cost on this movie? I don't even remember.
Hold on.
Or not on the movie, but on the building.
It doesn't have cameras in every nook and cranny, especially of sections that aren't open. Heaven forbid some civilian gets in there and lost on the 150th floor. Okay.
Or in the sub basement where all the machine works are. Something's wrong. Nobody's down there. Let's take a look on the cameras.
Nobody ever like, hey, I haven't talked to, I don't know, Sai. I'm just picking a random Chinese name. In 6 hours, where's he been? Nobody wanted to talk about the guy they killed.
Yeah, that poor guy.
They went in with a body count too. Like, what kind of villains are these? Like, anyway, why don't you just have you go through all the trouble of having people on the inside? You don't have you can't just pay off some security guy. I mean, right. Even Danny Ocean paid off a guy to rig casino machines. Like, come on. Anyway. So they get into the building. They somehow don't get caught on a single camera while filling an entire floor full of a chemical. Not a single security guard comes by.
Yeah, well, I mean, they first of all, they hiked this stuff up from the sub basement. Who knows how many floors down that is, to the 94th floor.
No. To the 98th floor. We're in the room directly across the hall from the only other occupied section of the entire top section of the building. Can
you imagine carrying all that stuff?
Sean,
that's a long ways.
They were in the room across from the Rocks family's room doing something shady.
Yeah.
The Rocks family is the first and only people to stay in the residential section of the Pearl.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they do it on the 95th floor, the 97th floor, 2 rooms down, a different hallway? Like, how did they get spotted by this woman? And when she spotted them, knowing what she knew, that the phone lines were not working, so that excuse was bogus.
Yeah.
That they're in Hong Kong, so why are French people working on the phone lines anyway? Unless I guess maybe they're from Verizon, and the president of Verizon. I don't think many people, even Verizon started in France. I doubt their technicians are French.
Right.
She's military trained. So she didn't think to herself. I mean, I'm not. I'm just some fat white guy from California. My spidey senses would have been tingling. I would have called
You gotta call somebody.
Hey,
right?
there was some guys working, and that's it. And roll credits. After the credits scene is The Rock walking back to the hotel. Or the residential area. Call it a hotel for simplicity. I think that's the other section that was open, was the hotel. Right?
Yeah.
Still there? Okay. Anyway, so they light this crazy fire. They again, we do have some beefs with this movie. So they light a flare and they put it up to the they light a flare and then put it up the smoke detector, which then causes the fire alarm to go off, then causes the sprinkler. Well, modern fire systems, if the smoke alarm detects smoke, will not turn on the sprinklers. That would just be anybody who ever wanted to smoke a cigarette in a hotel room would ruin the entire hotel. Anyone who ever wanted to have a birthday, unsanctioned blowout of the candles of a birthday cake in a hotel room would.
Isn't it also temperature sensitive? Because
it is only temperature sensitive.
Well, flares burn hot enough to melt pennies.
Yeah, but the temperature is sensed by the actual. There's a piece of glass in the sprinkler that breaks when the heat hits it, causing the sprinkler system to start igniting. And maybe their modern system's better than that. Maybe the heat got caught sooner. Fair enough. So this dope system engages that's supposed to keep the floor. It cuts off all the oxygen, starts pumping water, and it backfires. It just ignites.
Yeah.
And then
because this chemical reacts with water and gets even bigger.
The fire gets bigger, but then they lock down and cut off all the oxygen, which would have solved the problem, actually, either way.
Yeah.
But they get a hold of the security system because they got the tablet after the fight through a series of events that we really don't need to go into. It's just they got it from The Rock after beating him up a little bit. He was already taken down from that fight with Ben. They came into the apartment, took it from him. So now they have access to the security system because they took the tablet and his face. Not like they didn't skin him alive or anything. They just had him scanned his face.
Yeah, they just put it up to the camera.
So now the fire is spreading. So they turned off all the fire suppressant systems, and the fire is spreading.
And they cranked up the windmills, the turbines.
They didn't do that yet, did they?
Didn't they? Yeah, they did at the very beginning when they started the fire because they wanted to suck it up through the elevator shafts.
They did it. Yeah, they did it when the elevator shafts when Sarah starts moving.
Yeah, so they Sarah turned it on and then it just went.
Sarah decides to wait until the fire has gone up a few levels to move her family. I'm sorry. I see a fire. And I'm not just gonna, the alarm's going off fire, and she's like, "Oh, we're good."
Yeah, and they have this tablet in each room that shows exactly what's going on.
But it does say that she can't get below it, that there is no way down.
Yeah, so go up.
You got to start going up immediately.
Yeah.
What's the hesitation?
I think they were trusting in the suppression systems. It's fine. It'll be contained to that one floor, and it'll be just right.
Especially because she speaks the language. I'm not sure if they speak Mandarin in Hong Kong.
I don't know, Mandarin or Cantonese.
I don't know if it's a mix. Hong Kong's it's a weird place because of how many people have ruled it over the years.
It's traded hands.
Yes, and it's weird that they're part of China and capitalist. Anyway, so I would have gone upstairs and explained myself in Chinese, and if he would have said it's all fine and dandy, but he wouldn't have. They still would have been in the same shenanigan, probably worse off than they were before, to be honest. But still, that's my thought process, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway,
so can we talk, please? Can we go back to the bad chick, the bad lady, the bad Asian anime?
You mean the one that looks just like the girl, the deaf girl from John Wick, but Chinese?
Or like a bad Chinese chick from any movie with a bad Chinese chick ever made. It's so stereotypical. She's angry. She's got the severe cut dark hair. Mm-hmm. She's all dressed in black leather. She's the best. She's got some crazy gun with the smallest silencer ever.
Best shooter.
Yeah, she's the best shooter and never misses. She doesn't run because that's just not cool. It's not anime, and she's
you
like
can't run
she's
with your
like
hands behind your back in a movie like
well,
that.
she's like an ultra black belt and just knows all the karate moves you ever wanted to know.
Well, my whole thing with that is like, do these other like they're at the place and not a single trained person comes in? Oh man, it is her. They just made her look Chinese. She's not even Chinese. It totally is her.
Hannah.
Ruby Rose.
Ooh.
Oh, that's John Wick. I'm looking at John Wick. That's why I was trying to figure out what her name was.
Oh.
Sorry, I was like, what?
You confused the
I
crap out of
confused
me.
myself. She's in the Meg. Ugh. Anyway. Sorry.
Hannah Quinlivan.
Ruby Rose is who I was talking about.
And she is just the most stereotypical looking, like, any kind of
angry grudge. Not even. It doesn't even have to be.
I don't even know why
anime.
she's involved in this. No one knows why she's involved. Is she just a henchman?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, she felt like she had a very personal motivation behind this. Like, I was waiting for that to get revealed.
She was the whole time,
right? Like, I was waiting for that to come out. Like, you know that Chin Han, or Zhao Long Jai, who we haven't talked about yet, which is the guy who owns the building.
Or he's the bad guy in Batman. The Dark Knight.
Just the accountant?
He's that guy.
Oh, okay. Anyway. Yeah, we really don't need to talk about him. Basically, he has a hard drive with all the, like, a bunch of people's mobsters' names. Anyway,
yeah,
that's what they're after.
He's got the knock list of bad guys.
Right.
But she, just going back to Sia, or whatever her name is, she probably has the highest body count in this movie.
Yeah,
right?
She wrecks it for sure.
Because she wrecks the cops.
She wrecks
She
wrecks the trained guards that have to be ex-military that are guarding this guy's off-site security. They don't even they come in just like busting in guns ready, but don't do anything.
Yeah, and then the hacker guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, she kills anybody that works with her too, which I hate. I absolutely like. Who would ever work with them again?
Yeah, no way.
Well, not again. Obviously, no one's gonna. But who would ever work? Like, who else would work with them? Like,
yeah, she's gonna get a reputation. Is this person will not let you live through the mission?
Yeah,
I don't know. She frustrated me the entire movie because it was like ultra predictable, and just like ugh. I couldn't stand her.
yeah, and like her going around the whole fight at the end there, I was just like, what's the point of that? Like,
oh yeah, she's the one that flanks the whole fight. Nobody sees her.
So anyway, back to Neve Campbell. So she does finally show her colors and fight somebody, and I was like, yes. And she whoops him.
Yeah,
and she should. You know, that makes sense to me.
She's well trained.
Why did she wear heels? Like, I get it. I'm fine. I'm not against it. You know, mom can run in heels faster than most people. My wife can run in heels very well. Like, some women are great at heels, and she did fine.
Yeah, but they spent the day at the zoo.
And she had the time in their room to change, knowing that she was going to be escaping from a fire.
And she spent the day walking around at the zoo in heels? What kind of
I'm just saying.
person does that? No,
I'm watching her walk over that bridge, and I'm like, why aren't you wearing, like, some...
Yeah, where's your Nikes?
Yeah, just crazy. Big mistakes. Some real big mistakes, Nev.
It was not well thought out on that
And that is why... I mean, I don't know how she's still surviving all those Scream movies. She's, like, the only one that's still alive. Like, how's she doing it? How you doing it, Nev?
It is the heels. They're the secret.
How you doing it?
But anyway,
so I'm just gonna go into it right now.
let's start skipping around. I'm tired of this whole let's follow the story. Let's talk about this movie because that's what we do best. That's what we do. We talk about the movie and what was stupid and what was good.
Here we go.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw the plot. I'm gonna throw the plot out really quick, and then we're just gonna talk about the movie. Okay.
Okay. Real talk right here.
The Rock.
Break it down. Let's get serious.
Rock gets the opportunity of a lifetime, gets shafted by his best friend, fights his best friend dies, burning building, escapes from police, has to crawl up a crane, get into the building, save his family, save the guy who owns the building, Awesome fight, awesome fight, awesome fight, fire, fire, fire. Boom, done. Why are the instructions for the crane in English?
Because it's Hong Kong.
In English only?
Wasn't there like Chinese and English?
Nope.
Oh, well.
I was watching Mission Impossible where things were in Chinese and English, and I was like, okay. When they were in Shanghai, I was like, all right. Fine.
Because this movie was shown in America, and the Chinese ones will be in Chinese.
I was watching an anime that they had foreign exchange students, like his name was Kevin. They were from America. And so...
Is he a minion?
What?
Is he a minion?
So when the guy talked to him, the subtitles were in Japanese. Because that's how, it was a foreign language. I thought it was cool. Anyway, so... Why?
Okay.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. What do you want to talk about? Throw it out. You had something, obviously, that you wanted to say.
No, just that chick, first of all, frustrated me.
Yeah, we got that.
The thing with the flash drive. So he has the flash drive with all the names of these mobsters that are, or extortion hard drive, whatever. He couldn't put that on a secure server somewhere that could be...
He has it on a secure server, but if the guy gets it while he's still alive, he can reverse engineer where he put it and get it off. He explains that. The hard drive also, I guess the hard drive also has where he backed it up or something. But yeah, there's a way as long as he doesn't die, which
So the whole plot of this movie is to get these names, which they don't really flesh out that well. Like there's no sense of danger from these names. It's an abstract list, and then this one organization that's after it.
No. It's not just one organization. It's all the gangsters of China.
No, I know the list is all those.
And then they all hire this the one guy in his organization to take him out. So,
but he's also got like a private
vendetta against this guy.
Yeah, he's like got his whole.
They used to be business partners
grudge
or something. Yeah,
I don't know. It's weird.
It's weird. That whole plot line was weird. I think they could have done something a little different with that. I agree. I thought it was really cool that he had that window. It looked like a window, and then it was actually a safe.
Oh yeah, the fake wall.
The fake window that was just like an old school safe.
It was like an old combination lock.
I mean, after you have to do a palm scan to get to it, but still, some of the sometimes the old things are the best things. I think that's what they were trying to.
Yeah.
So.
What about the crane jump?
So the crane jump was not as ridiculous as I thought it was going to be. All right.
It was still pretty ridiculous. So first of all, you have to lead up to the crane jump, because not only is it just the crane jump, he climbs a crane that is conveniently placed right next to
their building.
The building.
Their building.
I don't see it in any of the pictures, by the way. Just looking at the picture of the building, no crane.
Yeah, well, the pictures of the building are concept art. I don't know where you'd put it next to the building, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's just suddenly there, and then.
But it's always been there.
Outside.
Hold on. In the movie, it's in every shot, leading up to it. Like you see it even during the day.
I didn't notice it.
Anyway, so he climbs up it, which is stupid.
But he climbs the outside of it. Like, have you ever watched American Ninja Warrior?
And if you watch and look on the other side, he gets to a certain level where the ladder's exposed.
Yeah, it's like on the inside. You could crawl through.
Not even on the inside. It's on the outside. There's a ladder on the outside.
There's a ladder. It's much easier. But he takes the hard way.
The elevator's on the inside, so the ladder has to be on the outside. Like, there's a ladder on the outside. There's just a gate around the first part of it, so any random Joe can't climb. That's standard construction equipment. But if you really put your mind to it,
yeah, you can get up.
Like most.
But he takes the hard way and keeps climbing these diagonal beams and just doing the hardest way and the most tiring way. And at the top, he's like up there and he's okay. My hands are fine.
And
grip strength.
You mean to tell me that The Rock couldn't pull open those doors to get to the elevator? Like, I know they ended up cutting it with a bolt cutter or like a, but he couldn't just rip that sucker open. It was like a little itty bitty lock.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like not even like a bolt lock. Like it was like a, like the bottom lock on your front door. He couldn't just like kick that open.
Yeah, you'd think he could have tried a little harder on that, or find a tool around that he could have smashed it.
Or, used it as a pry and just... So he climbs all the way up. Luckily, the instructions are 100% in English.
But then he not only climbs up, he has to do like a dangling jungle gym.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Climb out
hold on,
over the expanse of nothing.
Not to sound like Drake, but hold on.
God's plan.
What?
God's plan.
Oh. I was watching a movie, okay? I went to the
as you do.
I went to the movies and I went and saw Skyscraper, right? I did not know that I was going to be watching Skyscraper, watching other people watching Skyscraper.
How many clips do we have to see these people pretending to watch Skyscraper?
There's this giant screen that I thought was attached to the burning building, and then apparently it's not.
No, it was like just there.
This giant Sony screen, this
giant product placement,
200-foot Sony screen that is showing like high definition, sturdy shots somehow from this helicopter of these death-defying feats that The Rock's doing. And so every so often he'll do something like that jungle gym jump. He slips when he slaps his palms on the top. And he has to catch the railing again, like right at the last second. The whole audience is like, not the audience in the movie theater. We're all quiet and eating our popcorn and stuff,
But no.
Because we all saw that coming, The fake audience is like, oh, and then it clips back and it's like, and then they're showing him dangling on the big TV. And I'm like, but I'm already in a movie theater watching it. Like, why do I want to watch it on a smaller screen when I could be watching it on this bigger screen without these people watching him watch it? Like, there's already people in front of me watching it. Like, I don't need more people in front of me watching it.
Because you have to see their reaction. It added to the tension.
I did like the guy that worked for the police chief that was like, yes, when he got into the building.
That was one of the very few humorous moments in this movie.
They could have done that without all that, though, because they would have been watching anyway. They could have done that with... They actually could have done that with just the police and had, like, a couple of them reacting that way, and that would have been funnier, I think.
Yeah. No, the crowd stuff was kind of like...
Overkill.
Yeah, it was kind of dumb.
So
he gets to the top and he's working the crane and he turns it, right? And so he turns it to face the building, and his plan is to extend the arm of the crane into the building and walk in. Doesn't work out.
Hold on, did you just turn away from your microphone?
I sat back in my chair.
Yeah, sit back up.
Okay. So yeah, he wants to extend the arm of the crane so that it'll poke through one of the windows and he can walk in through the arm, or using the arm and just walk in. Does not work.
Almost.
Arm is not long enough.
Which makes no sense. They must not be working on that building, apparently.
Right. So he starts swinging the hook.
Which was awesome.
Zoom. Zoom.
I don't know about the science behind all that.
I don't want to know. I'm going to go with it's rock movie science.
Fair enough. Okay. So he swings it, breaks a window, which is one of the few windows that actually makes sense that breaks in the movie.
Yeah. And then, so the hook catches on like the concrete floor between floors, right? The floor ceiling, whatever. And so what's his plan then? Is he going to slide down the cables?
I think so. It's a pretty good plan. I mean,
so he's going to like grab a belt and just like zip line down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe, or just, hoof it. He just monkey barred 96 floors or stories above the ground to a platform. I think he can handle ziplining across a 4-foot gap.
He shouldn't be able to feel his body.
You know what he was going to do, Sean? He was going to take his leg off, use that. It's titanium. It's not going to bend.
It does twist, though.
It twists, but it doesn't bend. I chose my words very carefully.
And so, then the hook falls off, right? And he's got no choice.
He's almost there, too. He's like climbing up to the hook, and the hook falls, and it almost hits him. I don't think it actually almost hits him. It almost knocks him off because of the force.
Yeah, it was swinging hard. And then the cops are at the top. So they took the elevator.
So then they start shooting at him, which the head cop's like, what?
What are you doing?
Oh, anyway, so
Did I tell you to shoot?
So in the trailer, and I'm sure we've all seen the memes online where there's no way he's going to make that jump. The trailer has a little bit of deceit involved, yes?
Yeah, a little bit, but I still don't think that jump was makeable.
I don't think so either, especially not with the prosthetic leg. Not that kind of prosthetic leg. Maybe if you had the one with the little bouncy thing that the Olympians use.
Yeah.
But in the trailer, that crane is much further, and they don't show you which window is broken.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
really-
yeah, he's got a few floors down to jump to because of the hook and where it hit, but
Still. And he really doesn't. He really doesn't make the jump.
no.
He grabs onto a piece of metal that should have ripped his hand apart. But he has no cuts at all.
He's the Rock, dude.
It's true.
He wrestles with giant animals.
He's made of rocks. That is true.
Pile of rocks over here talking.
So
at
anyway,
you.
the Rock gets into the building. He finds his family, who's still not that high up. They're running around the garden or the park.
And they pulled a Marvel moment. They get into the park. They've got the wet towels over their face and their bodies. Oh, we're on camera now? Let's take them off. No need for
Right.
these. It's only Smokey. Let's got to make sure we know this is his family in here, not some random family that was in the movie earlier.
Did they watch This Is Us? That's how the dad died. Oh, spoilers.
Oh!
I don't even watch that show, so I don't care.
My wife just watched that episode today.
She cry?
I don't know if my wife cries at shows.
Oh, she's a robot like you.
She's mostly heartless about it, I think.
So, I don't think Sarah cried either, but it was pretty emotional. I didn't watch it. I don't care. I don't care. I was just like, what all I know about that scene from This Is Us is that those kids were way too old. Hold on. How do I rephrase this? For the age that those children were, it took them too long to get out of the building, out of their house. You should just check it out with your wife. Like, just watch the scene of the house burning down, Sean. And they're all like, so-and-so, where are you? So-and-so. Like, just jump out a window. Like, you're only on the second story. Like, break a leg. Like,
I didn't watch it.
I didn't. I just watched that, like, the clip. And it's just like, because Sarah was like, you got to watch this. Like, from a young age, you know, we're all taught. If the house is burning and you can break your leg and survive, jump out the window.
Yeah, just get out.
And they're all trying to like, get together and go out the front door. And, like, he's, like, running through the house trying to find these teenage children. We're talking like one of them was out at a party because they're 17 and they can't figure out how to get out of a burning house on their own. Come on.
Yeah.
They killed their dad.
I don't know. I was very confused how they just jump back and forth in time and don't tell you what the
Well, they jump back in like all kinds of times too. Anyway, back to the
no. And so I was like, I asked my wife, so this young Spanish-looking girl turns into the big fat white chick? Oh, that's the same person? I didn't even know.
So, the Rock finds his family. He sends the boy who's having an asthma attack. Oh, and then she kicks the dude in the lava like Scar style, or into the fire Scar style. Boom.
Brother.
No, when Simba does it to Scar.
Oh.
And then he falls into what you think is the fire,
No.
but then it's all the hyenas, and they're like, what does he call it? My
Friends. No, she did great. She had a good fight.
She had a good fight, and she took him down. He was not expecting it, but she made some mistakes, like having the kids run when she already had the situation under control. Not finishing him off. What is that?
I don't know, man.
Especially
it's a movie
for
thing.
especially for her. Like, I've even sometimes it's a movie thing. Like, and I get it. Like, maybe a scared woman, like one of our wives, might just run because they got the guy down. They don't know what to do. But she is a military trained person, and her kids are in danger. That guy just pointed a gun at one of her children.
Yeah, mama bear mode.
Why didn't she curb stomp him to death? Like, seriously. Or grab his gun and just shoot him twice in each leg.
I don't know, dude.
And then put it, and then, here's what I would have shoot him, put the gun to his head. So who's after us?
Yeah, what's going on now? Can you tell me the story, or do you want to lose another knee?
You want to tell me the story? Or you want to burn to death?
By the way, you want to kneecap somebody? Shoot him from the back of the knee towards the front, not from the front to the back.
Or just smash it with a baseball bat?
Nope. Pistol, back of the knee. That will blow everything away, and you can't put it back together.
Nice.
Goose reviews pro tip.
Yeah. So.
So how about the Rock holding the bridge?
That was cool. Didn't make.
He's like, I will hold the bridge, while you grab this conveniently length board.
Yeah, not so convenient. So they
It will barely reach, and it will add all the tension.
At first I was like, why not just have the kid come over? But I get it. Like, you don't want your kid to cross a fiery pit of doom by himself.
He's lighter.
He's
It'll
lighter.
be quicker.
But
let's go.
That and
You're grounded if you don't cross the board right now.
That, and I get that one tree fell, but you don't think the girl could have found a way back to the bridge too, and they all could have been together, or vice versa? The kid couldn't have found a way around to the waterfall.
Yeah, I think the bridge thing could have been avoided.
Plot device.
Yep, gotta have tension.
Got to stall so that way the girl could get kidnapped.
Yeah, that was a little brutal. That was a little dark. She gets kidnapped, and they threaten her with like
throwing her off the roof.
I will throw her off the roof.
They put a gun to her head, and it's just like, jeez. I'm surprised The Rock didn't say anything about that to the guy, like about how now it's personal, you know?
Yeah, I thought he did in the trailer. I thought it was like, you messed with the wrong family.
Yeah,
I thought that was in the trailer.
So anyway, let's wrap this sucker up soon.
He also didn't keep the axe very long.
Yeah, well, that's true.
That fireman's axe, and then he does the whole.
Oh yeah, he pries off the piece of wood with it, and he just leaves it there.
Yeah.
Oh no, he cuts the piece of rope to drop the piece of cable to drop the elevator, which again probably has a release valve, or lever.
Yeah, but he said it was like engaged because of emergency or something, like because of the fire.
It probably has an emergency release to drop it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, probably, but that was a crazy ride.
That was awesome. Again, don't know the science
him swinging to the system reboot inside the spinning windmills of death
to get the doors open.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that for a second before we get into that. So the main guy's got this titanium sealed room at the top of the Pearl.
His penthouse is like Fort Knox.
That only opens to certain people's biometric scan, and that's it. Mm-hmm. And if he closes it, it can't even be opened by anybody.
Yeah, that is a completely separate system. The tablet doesn't matter.
And he hid the subroutine behind the turbine. Like, you have to shut it off, you have to actually go behind the subroutine or the turbine, which has to have some kind of
emergency stop, so you don't have to play double dutch with a windmill.
No, even that. Whatever. Maybe that. Sure. An emergency access hatch. There's no way to get to the turbine where there's clearly some sort of subroutines. Like, you have to smash a window, rappel down 3 stories, swing across some blue lights that have to be hotter than anything in the world, and hope that this Star Wars thing that he puts his rope around doesn't break. Swing again. Oh, and the duct tape. Like, he puts duct tape on his hands to climb the building. It's like Tom Cruise's magnet things didn't even work. Like, how's this guy going to use duct tape?
Well, at least he even says, this is stupid.
So does Tom Cruise, but...
Yeah, but at least The Rock is like, this is stupid. And then he goes out anyway with duct tape on his hands.
I really wanted him to, like, try to smash that window and whatever he was holding just, like, shatter. And he'd be like, well, I gotta find something else. Like...
All right, new plan. Yeah. Let's find a stairway to an emergency exit door.
That is how buildings work in skyscrapers. Although you and I were in a skyscraper once and buildings blew out. They were on lower levels, but...
Yeah, we had to go down 50 flights of stairs.
That was so much fun.
It was.
The Sears Tower is designed, by the way, everyone, to sway up to, I think it's 6 feet in every direction because of the wind.
We felt it.
Yeah, because of the wind in Chicago. It's almost impossible to walk in a straight line at the top if it's windy. Anyway.
It was crazy.
It was awesome.
Scary.
We watched the storm roll in, too. That's what I love about the Midwest. It's so flat. So
yeah. Meanwhile, back at this movie.
Long story short, so Neve Campbell gets super involved in the investigation somehow.
Right, she becomes a cop.
Right. They take her to very, very dangerous situations just because she speaks the language, I guess.
I guess, but this was your idea? Okay, let's take you in case you're right or wrong. We'll know.
Yeah, that was that was her argument. Take me with you, and then you've got nothing to lose. Like, well, we can leave you here, and we still got nothing to lose. Heck, I can send a couple patrolmen that are nearby the area, and I got nothing to lose. Like,
yeah, No,
Oh,
she should have been put in an ambulance and taken to a hospital and been out of the way.
and then a
Like
holding
her,
cell.
her involvement in the movie should have been done when they landed the elevator at the bottom. She walks out the building. Bye,
Ambulance,
Nev Campbell.
ambulance, hospital, holding cell.
Right. Done. Gone. That's it.
Um,
No, she has to be taken into the police van,
and
insert
then
herself into the whole investigation, and tell them where they're gonna jump off. I saw that with the parachute things, and
yeah, which was
it's
good.
like
I mean, that's good information. I guess she was in the building. You might want her debrief. I get that.
I guess you want to talk to her real quick, but you don't take her with you.
Right.
I think they're going to be armed and dangerous at this place where they're going to catch the parachuting guys and get away with
And the
whatever
guy's
they're
partner's thinking that she's involved. He's got to at least take that into consideration. Like,
Yeah.
what, her hunches.
So do you take
her hunches have
a
never panned
suspect?
out. Her hunches have never panned out before. He just doesn't trust her. Like,
doing. I don't know, man. It's like I can't explain.
and I knew it was going to come in handy somewhere. The whole restart your phone thing from the beginning. I know we didn't
Yeah.
talk about it. Turn it off and turn it off. Turn it on and turn it off again.
Yeah.
And so
The
she
whole
somehow
reboot.
gets hold of the tablet, tries to turn on the fire suppressing system. And
Yeah, where was the tablet? Did she get it from the Asian chick?
Yeah, she had it and it just conveniently fell out of her pocket when she kicked her in the face. Can you take care of that? It'll make a bunch of noise if I do it.
Yeah.
So, sorry everyone. What was I saying?
I don't know. Did the Asian chick have the thing fall out of her pocket?
Yeah. So then she gets a hold of the tablet. She's like, my family's in there. I'm not waiting. So in the meantime, before she activates that, the pearl has every piece of this giant pearl on top. If you haven't looked up the building yet, do it. Is covered in an 8K panel and an 8K camera on both sides. So it's got this
Yeah.
cool little funhouse feature that I'm like, why waste your money on that?
You know, it reminded me of, I think it's Enter the Dragon or something like that with Bruce Lee when he goes into the Hall of Mirrors to fight the guy that has the bear claw. And it's all the mirrors, and he starts punching mirrors to try and find the real bad guy.
Maybe it was an ode to that. I don't know.
I think it was because it was very, very similar where they're looking and it's all these illusions and someone moves one way and moves back the other way.
The symbol
Yeah,
of the
and
place is
so
a dragon. So
I think that was a very obvious reference to that movie.
So when
Bruce Lee in it,
when he turns on the cameras, it looks like you're just floating on nothing.
which is
So
cool.
cool. It's like a perfect 8K image, and it just looks seamless. I think they even like somehow edit out the bottom of the building, so it just looks like you're floating.
Yeah, they did in the demonstration. He shows him and he's like, "Welcome to heaven."
Yeah, which wouldn't be hard to do. You just have to render it. Send somebody. You just have to send somebody up there in the helicopter before the building was ever built, and just take an image of that.
Yeah.
So super cool. Live image of the city underneath you and around you, sky above you. So anyway, they go into that, and they've had this crazy fight with all the mirrors. I was kind of disappointed they never turned on that feature during the fight. I think that would have been so cool to just be fighting on nothing.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it should have started. I think the fight was on in heaven, and then the mirrors should have come up. So they have that crazy fight with all the mirrors with the bad who's somehow gets a hold of the daughter again. But is this guy like Jack Bauer? Like, he just can't keep control of his daughter? Like, they have my daughters.
Yeah, they always have your daughters.
We just got your daughter back. My other daughter. My island full of daughters. That's not actually, it's like I think that's, I forget the guy, Derek and something. It's an old YouTube video. Anyway, so he crazy. What was I saying?
Crazy fight. All the grenades, all the shooting.
Yeah, crazy fight. Grenades at the top of the building. Just all around pretty cool.
Yes.
So, should we wrap this up? We have anything else we want to add?
Off the building.
Wait, say that again.
Can't remember how they got off the building. Like a
Did
helicopter picks him up, right?
they actually show that? Yes. Okay. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Because there's the three of them
right, the guy with the hard drive, the rock, and the dog.
and his girl.
Oh yeah. So the guy's got a grenade, right? And he's holding this grenade, and it's just like the scenario in the beginning. He's holding the grenade though. He's got his daughter. And the rock's standing there pointing his gun at him. And he's like, "You shoot me, I drop this grenade, and I end your daughter." He's like holding the daughter like off the cliff, or not the cliff. There's like a hole in the ball, so she about to fall like 3,000 feet down. And I'll drop her, and the rock's like, "All right, be cool, but I'm over there, so or I'm behind you." And somehow he figured out the mirrors
Yeah, he learned real quick.
perfectly, and he just knocks him into that hole. Grabs
He's
his
Spartan.
gun.
He Sparta kicks him.
Yeah, this is just madness.
This is the rock.
This is the pearl.
This is the pearl.
This is Hong Kong. Just kicks him off the thing, and he goes flying, and the grenade falls and catches up to him somehow, and he explodes.
Yeah, he falls back, flips the grenade up, and then as he's falling, it like blows up right above him, and he's vaporized, like gone. Yeah. We don't get to see the whole Titanic fall where he hits stuff on the way down and starts flipping. And
that would have been awesome.
Dings a propeller. Ding.
It'd be like the Last Jedi, where
the orchestra plays.
That one guard that gets thrown into the
the
fans.
The fan. Just little bits of clothing.
Because it's Disney.
Because it's Disney.
Where's the blood, Disney?
Yeah.
People bleed when they die. Hey,
not in Equilibrium, they don't.
Not in Black Panther, apparently. When that girl got shot right in the head, she did not bleed at all.
Right.
Whatever, Disney. So, that's it. That's Skyscraper in a nutshell.
That's Skyscraper.
That's Skyscraper. I don't know what else to say about it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
It was predictable.
Produced by The Rock.
Produced by The Rock. Starred in by The Rock. Predictable like The Rock. Happy ending.
I don't know how much of his own stuff he writes, but he definitely always tries to make himself seem like such a good guy.
He tries so hard.
Like with that family. And it just, I don't know if it was Neve Campbell or what, but there was no chemistry between those two.
Yeah, it was a little awkward.
None at all. All right, anyway, let's wrap this guy up.
Do it. I am sticking with my number.
Me too. 6.5. It was fun. I enjoyed it. The effects were cool. I'm gonna take a quick second to say that. Like, it wasn't like they were over the top cheesy. The flames were realistic. When those flames shoot through the elevator shaft, that was nuts.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
All the
What
explosions.
do you think of
all the explosions are cool. Everything looks really good.
What about the fire like going almost completely out as soon as she reboots the system? It's like suddenly half of this building is on fire.
It doesn't go out. If you notice at the end, the building's still on fire.
No, I know there's still like embers, but
yeah, I didn't think that would work. Where they are in the dome makes sense because it hadn't reached the top of the dome yet. So that makes sense, right?
I guess.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I also actually in the theater was thinking to myself, I'm sorry. I am so freaking sorry. I have to bring this up. I would have been so mad at myself.
Please do.
Did you hear them add the punch sound effect?
Wait, no, what?
You might have to go watch this movie again just for that.
Where?
When they're fighting, when the little girl runs off, when her feet are wet, and they chase her into the pipe room, The Rock punches a guy, and there's like a whoosh sound.
Huh.
Like, they might as well have just put kapow across the screen. Like, it's a clearly fake, like the Wilheimer scream. You know what that is?
No.
You hear it in all the movies. Oh, I can't do it. That was bad. The scream that's in every single like Hollywood movie.
Okay.
You've heard it. It's like the same recorded scream.
Yeah, when somebody falls.
Yeah, it's the Wilheimer scream. That's what it's called.
All right.
It's like it was like that. Like it was a clearly added sound effect that almost sounded like him punching somebody in a wrestling ring. Like it.
Maybe it's an Easter egg.
It might be just a Rock thing. He is a producer of the movie. Maybe he thought it'd be funny. Nobody would notice, or that everybody would notice. Kind of like in Mission Impossible 4 or 3. There's a lot of A113 stuff, which is a Disney thing.
Yeah.
The director is a huge Disney director. And so he put that in there like 4 times.
Huh.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. I would have been mad at myself if I forgot to mention the fake sound effect.
Yeah, I didn't notice that, but good catch.
Yeah. Just like, seriously? Like, it sounded like, when you play Sleigh Ride in band and you get the whip crack out. And now on that throwback, 6.5.
Nostalgia.
See you all after Mission Impossible 6. That's our next review.
Problem is, I'm leaving Saturday, so I don't know.
What do I have to do without you?
You might. I mean, I'll see it as soon as I can, but I don't think I'll be able to see it before
When do you get back?
next Saturday. I'm gone a full week.
Well,
and I won't be back until like midnight.
If you can go Friday, we'll do it Friday. Like if you can go Friday after work, we can do it Friday night.
I will try.
Start pushing it now.
I'll see what's happening.
Just try. Or Thursday for opening night.
We'll see. I will try.
When was the last time you went to a nighttime movie? Come on.
Oh, I don't even know.
After the kids go to bed, just go to a late showing.
Go to a late show. I might have to do that. Just because it's Friday night, I'll just pack up and then go.
Yeah, no, do it.
This is something we can talk about later. But
all right. Yeah, bye everyone. Podcast out.
Greeting. Enjoy.
Yeah,
watch the League Esports on Twitch. Love you.
Goose Reviews, Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Podbean, some other random channel that found my podcast. Check us out. Send us some comments, likes, blah blah blah, all the other stuff people do for publicity because I want some. Peace out, everybody.
Love you.